was Yo. Good evening. It's almost midnight.
Yeah.
Pirates lose to the Yankees 16-0. This is the NS9 post-game show brought to you by Pittsburgh Baseball Now. I'm Jim Rosati. With me is Tyler.
That was embarrassing again.
It really was. That's a good word to use. It was embarrassing. The Pirates were in it. It was actually like a competitive baseball game, for the first 7 innings. The Pirates were down. They clearly weren't getting anything going offensively, but it wasn't embarrassing until the 8th inning when we saw Manny Banuelos make his Pirates debut.
I don't need to see any more of that.
I'm with you, but he comes in, strikes out the first batter he faces, right? But then he goes single, walk, grand slam, double. So not the best Pirates debut for Manny Banuelos, but and then at that point after that, it was 10-0 going into the 9th, and once again, Derek Shelton opts to, instead of using one of his 5 available relief pitchers in the bullpen, he opts to send Josh VanMeter to the mound. Josh VanMeter proceeds to give up a single, a grand slam, a homer, a single, a walk, a single, and a single. So next thing you know, it's 16-0 Yankees. And that's when, you can start using the embarrassing adjective, and you are dead on with that descriptive word.
Yeah, there comes a point. This is happening once a week at this point. Like, they're getting embarrassed once a week and losing by 15 runs. You're not supposed to lose by 15 runs once a week and throw a position player once a week. Come on, Shelton, come on. Just throw a reliever. Get us out of there. Maybe take that time to develop some of your arms that could use some confidence. For God's sake, just don't throw Josh VanMeter out there. People want to go to bed. I want to go to bed. Also, I never used to be a pace of play guy. Something about this team and playing the Yankees makes me just a super pace of play guy.
Yeah, because I will say this, like Severino was just slow. Like, one of the slowest pitchers I've watched for a while.
It was like watching Eric Bedard.
There were multiple times. I remember in particular, it was a Daniel Vogelbach at bat. And, Vogie's usually somebody who's just up there to hack and put it together good at bat. But, I remember Vogelbach had to call timeout once because he was taking so long. And then, the next pitch, he just, stood there and tried to – I don't know what was going on, but – yeah, Severino was taking a long time to pitch. The Pirates bullpen in particular was not being very efficient. The Pirates bullpen, by the way, I mean, if we're including VanMeter in this, they threw 100 pitches in 3 innings. So, that alone obviously isn't going to speed things up. But, Tyler Beede came in the 7th, and his inning took 25 minutes to get through. That 8th inning took probably another 25 minutes to get through. VanMeter worked quick, right? He actually, he worked quick, but yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, this game, it was delayed. It was a rain delay, so it got started a little late at 8:15. But time of the game, I don't think I see it.
It's probably 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Box score.
But the Yankees are traditionally one of the slowest teams in terms of pace of play. They're always bottom 5, and they are this year as well.
Yeah.
It could just be me being annoyed that I have to watch this Pirates team get beat by 16 runs.
But no, it was annoying. It was annoying before that. Like I specifically remember periods of the game where I was like, Severino is just ridiculously slow. So no, I know what you're saying there. But let's dive into the game. We don't want to talk about this too much. It sucked. I mean, again, it was 16-0. There really aren't too many positives to talk here. I guess we can start with some positives just real quick. Bryan Reynolds 2 for 3. That's something.
Yeah.
Oneil Cruz.
I should just put that in the ticker every show.
Yeah,
Bryan Reynolds had a couple
Cruz
hits.
hit a
Pirates
ball.
lose.
Oneil Cruz hit a ball 113 miles an hour for a single. Had a sprint speed of like 30 point something feet per second. So, he did some sort of unicorn thing once again, like he always does. He made a good play defensively, diving stop. But yeah, overall, the offense was just completely inept. And it wasn't that they were like, I mean, they only struck out 7 times today, but they just couldn't get, only 4 base hits the entire game, 5 base runners. It was just a bad offensive game. They never, ever, after the first inning, Brian Hayes singled, Bryan Reynolds doubled. And so second and third, nobody out. Didn't get them in. After that, there was just nothing.
Yeah. Shelton's really got to look at moving Cruz up in the lineup. I know he's not performing that well, but when he's coming up in the 6th spot, there's nothing behind him and nobody's ever on base.
And like the only reason why I watched the 9th inning was because I hoped Cruz would get one more at bat. And how many games is this now that the game ends with Cruz in the on deck circle? So yeah, only 3 plate appearances today for Oneil Cruz. And like especially in 16-0 games, he's literally the only thing I want to see. So yeah, that was a little disappointing. And I agree with you, like especially with Yoshi. Like Yoshi.
And if Yoshi gets on, Cruz can't run.
That's true too. I mean, the 2 people in front of him, Vogelbach and then Yoshi are both hitting in front of Cruz. No, I'm with you there. I actually kind of like Cruz in the leadoff spot. Like they did it a couple games, and they haven't really done it since. But
especially the way Bryan Hayes is swinging the bat right now, which is not good. I mean, nobody but Bryan Reynolds is swinging the bat well right now. Also, I don't want to watch Ben Gamble behind Oneil Cruz because every time Cruz tries to steal, he swings. That's getting old.
That did happen today.
I want to watch the guy run.
Yeah.
I'm here for one reason.
So, I mean, offensively, it was bad. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Pitching wise, let's get into Mitch Keller start. I thought he was passable, I guess, if that's the right word to use. Like it wasn't.
He was good through 5.
Yeah, he was good through 5. The 6th inning, he made 2 bad pitches and they both got destroyed. So that ended up being a damper on his day. But ultimately, he goes 6 innings. He gives up 10 hits, but 4 runs. 2 of those 10 hits were homers, solo home runs. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts.
Derek Shelton did him no favors.
By what?
Why are you bringing the infield in the 5th or in the 5th inning?
So I think, you mentioned that on Twitter, in a 0-0 game in the 5th inning, eventually you have to score a run anyways. Like you cannot win a game with 0 runs scored. So I tend to agree with you there. The infield was in. You still had 5 more at bats to go. Give up the run in favor of an out.
And it's a ground ball right up the middle.
That did end up costing.
Well, I think Judge ended up hitting the ball to the wall next at bat, so it wouldn't.
Right, but then you never know what happens too.
Right.
I mean, it's butterfly effect, right? But
you get 2 outs, you might approach it differently.
Yeah, no, I get that, and I think Keller was he was fine. Like I'm not going to get on him though when the offense did absolutely nothing.
No.
Like Mitch Keller kept the team in the game. He didn't let it get out of hand. This is a really, really good Yankees lineup, like really, really good. And he did fine. He kept the Pirates in the game his entire outing, even the 6th, if you include it. It wasn't until the 8th when things got super out of hand. But I mean, the story of today wasn't really the pitching. It was just the offense's just complete ineptitude to get anything going.
And Keller I don't think he had command of the slider today at all. Curveball, not much command. Wasn't able to throw him for strikes. He did lean a bit on the four seam, which we haven't seen in a while. And we talked about it. It played pretty well. He was able to get ground balls with a two seam, but the slider wasn't able to apply that well.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't even really throw a ton of off-speed pitches. I mean, out of his 95 pitches, 59 were either his sinker or his four-seamer. So well over 50% of his pitches, 62% of his pitches were fastballs. So that, lends me to believe that the breaking stuff, he wasn't feeling it tonight. You mentioned the sinker played really well. He got a lot of contact with it. Got a lot of ground balls with it. The four-seam fastball, he threw it 20 times, and there were 9 swings and misses out of 14 swings on it. So it was playing well. I think the four-seam fastball, now that he's got the sinker, like it's nice to have the contrast in the two because they're both very similar pitch speeds. His sinker was right at like 95 today. The four-seamer was at 96. So, it's probably hard for a hitter, I would imagine, to pick up which is which. So that four-seam fastball, it definitely plays off of that sinker, and he was utilizing that tonight. He made the mistake to Gallo in the 6th where he didn't get it up high enough. That ball was just right down the middle. And, Gallo has his flaws and his struggles, but every once in a while, the one thing he can do is hit a ball far, and he did that today. So, yeah, I mean, just overall, 16-0. There's just not much good to say about any of this.
No, and this sounds bad, but I can't wait to get Tyler Heineman back because I don't want to watch Michael Perez behind the plate ever again. The more I watch him, when you notice something on someone and then you just pay attention to it and it drives you crazy. I just started watching him more and more behind the plate. I'm like, this guy sucks so bad back there. He does nothing well. He blocks okay. He can't frame a pitch to save his damn life.
I mean, the whole catching position in general is a mess. I guess I'd rather have Heineman back there than Perez. And tomorrow, I would imagine doubleheader tomorrow. So you'll probably see Delay back there one game and then Perez the other game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that position is so bad. And I haven't looked at it in a while, but it's just crazy how awful the catching position is all around in baseball right now. Because we even saw it with the Yankees today with Higashioka. He hit a homer off of Tyler Beatty today, which is pretty impressive considering Tyler Beatty's Clay Holmes like stuff. But he's got worse offensive numbers than Michael Perez. So it's kind of crazy. And looking at Fangraphs, actually, there are 6 teams with worse catching than the Pirates in Major League Baseball.
That's probably because Roberto Perez was there for a month.
But that's the thing. Like, that's how bad catching is right now in the sport. Is you've got 6 teams, 3 of which are actually pretty good. The Astros, the Cardinals, and the Mets are all worse than the Pirates when it comes to their catching situation. So, I don't know. It's a position that it's hard to find quality players in. There's only 7 teams that are getting above average hitting out of their catching position. And those are clearly
I don't even care about the hitting at this point. I just want to watch a guy actually get a called strike, and not because the umpire feels bad.
Yeah, there were a few of those tonight.
I'm so tired of watching Perez back there. He is so bad. I'm tired of watching him at the plate too.
I get it. There's so many things about this team that I'm tired about watching. I'm tired of Yoshi Susugo dropping balls.
He had 2 errors tonight.
He was awful.
He's a first baseman.
There was a ball thrown right to him by Oneil Cruz. It just went in and out of his glove.
This is 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, it was bad. The one good defensive thing too, like we mentioned Cruz, but there was a really good relay in that in that 5th inning.
Gamble to VanMeter.
Yeah, that was nice, but man, just all around such a bad game. Just a bad game.
I'm so tired of watching so many of these guys.
I'm surprised you didn't. I was fully expecting come 8th inning, once it got to like 10-0, you'd just be like, Jim, screw it, I'm out. I'm not doing this thing tonight.
I made it that long.
I give you props for being here at 11:56 p.m.
At that point, I had already got that far. I might as well just see it through. That way I can call in a favor from DiNardo.
That's true. Yeah. What's he doing tonight? He's always saying that I'm not there. What's he doing? Just not even
in his defense, he did cover for us like 4 days in a row.
He did. I guess we actually did stuff 4th of July weekend. He just sat at home and watched the Pirates.
I think people would have been okay if we didn't podcast during 4th of July weekend.
Probably. But here we
DiNardo's
are.
a hard-working man.
Yeah, he is.
At 11:57, we are here after a 16-0 Pirates loss.
That's true. So that makes us the harder workers.
That's true. On a
we even have people commenting in here. Connor, shout out to you. You're actually commenting after a 16-0 loss. So there you go. That's it though. Pirates split the series with the Yankees, 2-game series. So cool, I guess. They again doubleheader tomorrow. So bullpen's well rested since they didn't have to pitch the 9th inning today. But I think
is Kevin Newman coming back tomorrow?
God, he could. He's played like 12 rehab games already. So maybe.
I have a feeling he'll be back tomorrow.
I think there's a strong chance there, and I think if he does come back, Diego Castillo.
Yeah, it's probably gonna. He hasn't played in how long?
Yeah, I haven't seen him. I kind of forgot he was even here.
I did too. I had to check and make sure he wasn't on the IL.
Yeah, that's probably the move if I had to guess. But
God forbid you get rid of VanMeter.
This is a makeup, I think, from. This must be a makeup from sometime, because it's just a 2-game. It's just 2 games tomorrow. It's not like a full series. So, yeah. So tomorrow, July 7th, Roansy is starting the first game. For some reason, the Reds thought this would be a good idea to have a day-night doubleheader. I don't know why. I can't imagine, it's drawing a lot of fans, but 2:10 is game 1, 7:10 is game 2. Roansy's pitching game 1, Bryce Wilson pitching game 2. Bryce Wilson pitched pretty well last time out, so see if he can string together 2 starts in a row. But this is the beginning of a really long road trip for the Pirates.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of the Pirates not having off days. I know they have one on the 4th of July. That's the one day that you want to play.
Yeah. Now, this is the start of a 12-game road trip, though, for the Pirates. So they do not come back home until after the All-Star break.
And that All-Star break is going to be a nice break for us.
It will be. All right. We got anything else to add?
No. It was 16-0. What
16-0. Game sucked. Manny Banuelos sucked. Josh VanMeter sucked. Yoshi sucked. They all sucked.
Yeah, this team just sucks.
The team sucks.
They just tear the life out of you.
But we'll be back tomorrow. We'll have 2 games to talk about tomorrow. We'll probably just do 1 post-game show. Combine the 2 would be my guess. But yeah, tomorrow, 2 games, 2:10, 7:10. Pirates lose 16-0. We suck.
Everything sucks.
See you all tomorrow. Good night.
Peace out, our scouts.